What's going on, guys? It's Colin. Happy Wednesday. I'm here with another video. We're still on track. And anyway, before I get into the main content of this video, which is going to be continuing on with trying to write a song sort of live in front of you guys, I just had a couple of quick things to talk about. First is that I have a couple of cool gigs coming up. This coming weekend is the Tay Creek Folk Festival, and that is outside of Fredericton, New Brunswick, closer to Stanley, New Brunswick. And on Saturday night, my band Art of the Possible will be kind of shifting the tone from some very cool folk music, which is happening before us with the group Outside I'm a Giant. And we're going to kick off the evening with some blues rock. I don't even know what kind of music I would say we play. It's like rock based. It has folk influence. There's other stuff in there. Anyway, asking somebody what kind of music they make is sort of like asking somebody what kind of food they eat. And I think I stole that quote from my friend Jay Merrill. So anyway, it's a tough question to answer at times. Anyway, so I'm playing Saturday evening there, and then on Sunday I'll be giving a workshop on just some basic guitar maintenance for acoustic guitars, and then playing in a songwriter circle on Sunday. The next week I'm on vacation. We're heading to Prince Edward Island with my family. While I'm in PEI, if by chance any of you are island residents, I'll be playing in Charlottetown while I'm on vacation, because that's how I roll, and that will be Friday night. Oh, let me check the date. Friday, July 27th, I'll be playing at Mark's Grill in Charlottetown. So I think it's showtime 8 o'clock. Play a couple of sets, and that'll be my first time playing in PEI, so I'm really looking forward to it. Also, I was able to upgrade my internet at home and move beyond the stone age of DSL, where I had it was trained down to 5 megabits per second down and like 500 kilobits per second up, for the line to be stable, and that I was able to not get fiber-based internet, but I was able to get cable internet, and that gives me like 150 megs down and 15 megs up, which means that I have the ability now to upload content that doesn't take, oh man, my uploads, like when I posted the last creative video, it was like 27 minutes long, and it took 12 hours. That was in 720p. I should be bringing you this video today in 1080p finally, and if I ramble a bit, it doesn't matter, because it's going to upload in a few minutes, and I'm thrilled about that. That also means that I'll be able to explore the possibility of live streaming, which I think is something that would be really cool to incorporate into this live creative process, is to just live stream while I do it, as opposed to recording the video and editing. But I'll have to, figure out my live streaming game before I attempt that. So for today, it's going to be pre-recorded. Also, if you're new to the channel and you like the looks of this, then by all means, please subscribe. Click on the bell icon to receive notifications, so you'll see my videos. The channel was inactive for a long time, and I know that I'm not getting into all subscription boxes, because I actually have other YouTube accounts that are subscribed to the channel, and my videos aren't showing up on those other accounts unless I, choose notifications. So it is what it is. Again, that's my fault. And if you want to follow my daily ramblings, then you can check me out on Twitter or Instagram, and would really appreciate it if you support my Facebook page for my music projects, which will all be linked down below. That helps me out a lot in more ways than you know. And, even if you're not super active on Facebook, the likes, racking up the likes is unfortunately part of this game, and it does help me out. So thank you guys very much. For those of you, again, that have stuck around for a long time, I love you all, and I really appreciate the support. I'll be responsive as I can be in the comments down below. I try to answer everybody. And for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. I'm working towards becoming a full-time artist. It's a dream of mine at this point that I'm hoping to make into a reality. And at my age, I'm a little bit risk averse, but we're going to try and make this happen. And over time, I'll be upgrading the quality of the content on this channel. Hopefully, moving towards like a DSLR camera, that sort of thing. But unlike Kylie Jenner, I'm not that close to becoming a self-made billionaire at this point. I suppose that I could accept donations for that, but we're not there yet. So anyway, on to the main point of this video. Last time, so my previous video was on Monday, and that wasn't part of the creative process. In that video, I actually gave a tip on how to improve your chord changes. That'll be linked down below. And the first episode of this creative process where I began laying the framework for a new song, that'll also be linked down below. So if you didn't catch those and that sounds interesting, then by all means check those out. So where we got to last time around is that I basically came up with a chord progression, or a couple of pieces of a chord progression. Let's call it part A and part B, which will likely wind up being sort of verse chorus. I like to have in my toolkit, before I really get into writing lyrics, I like to have like a part C, and I kind of record the audio of those, and I just listen to it over and over and kind of see what happens in my mind. And so I guess just to recap, here was part A. I'm gonna not edit that out. Part B. Then we turned it around to part A. Anyway, so that's cool. I'm thinking I want to tack on a part C. And this was kind of playing in my head, and I picked up the guitar and was going to start playing around, but I decided to roll camera. So I kind of had this idea come into my head that out of part B, which I'm thinking is going to be the chorus, I would then kind of do another chord progression, which would be like in straight 4/4, without all like the half measures and cuts to different chords, just to kind of give myself some place to either maybe stick a solo. If there's a bridge comes to mind when I'm writing lyrics that might fit there. So we finished the B part, the chorus part. On a B major. So we went from B minor 7 to B major. And then it's pulling me back in my head to the C. And I think it's the C major 7. And keep going up to an E minor 7. So when I'm singing that in my head, it's do 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 to like a minor feel. So do do. So that is going. That's an A, but I don't feel like that's the root. And I like to have the melody not stick to the root of the chord, so I'm thinking that like that note is going to be the minor 7. So that would put me in B minor 7. So B minor 7. And then it's pulling me back on that C. Do 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 do. That's the melody that I'm hearing in my head, and that do 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 do. But it doesn't sound right on an A major. So we're going to pull this trick again, where I'm going to take a chord that is not native to the key we're playing in, which is E minor or G major, 6 1/2 dozen of the other. So I feel that goes to like an A major there. So again, we're going to have a couple of little twists to catch the ear. So do 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 do. Yeah, so that's what I'm hearing in my head. So that's kind of the point of this video today was just to get that out there. So let's just do A, B, and C all together, and we'll move on to the next step. Forgive that last note flub, but so anyway, that's kind of where my head's going with the chords, and I kind of had a melody going in my head, so I wanted to, before I sat down with the guitar, I wanted to share the process and figure that out. So now we have A, B, and C for sort of chunks of chord and song, and how those will be pieced together, I don't know yet, but I think that we have really the melodic and sort of harmonic foundation now to start putting together some lyrics. So this is the hard part for me. It always is. Usually I wait for a line to get stuck in my head, and this didn't happen live on camera, and I apologize. Like, I had a line that kind of got into my head and got twisted around a little bit, and I've been batting it back and forth, and I've gotten very, not very far. And I think that this is the chorus of the song. And so initially, it's just little situations that will plant an idea in your head, for me. And so I was signing off the other night and going to bed. My wife goes to bed before I do, and she left the lights on. So, just not in an accusatory way, just in my head popped like, she always leaves the lights on. And that kind of spins as, in a positive way for me. So, I wanted to make that not literal. So, you always leave the lights on so I can find my way to bed. Hubba hubba. Not where I want to go with it. So I started thinking a little bit that, leaving the lights on can be a metaphor for something. And, I've made some positive changes in my life this year. And, I have more energy and, more creative energy, sleeping better, that sort of thing. And, life was good before and it's better now. And our relationship was really good before and it's better now. And, she's had a lot of patience for me doing all kinds of different crazy things. And so kind of in my head, like the leaving the lights on became sort of a metaphor for her patience as I, try new things and whatnot. So you always leave the lights on isn't where I wanted to go. So the phrase sort of morphed into you never stopped leaving the lights on, as a sort of display of, as I've gone through all these changes and as I approach my final form, hopefully, or maybe not, you never know. I still don't think of myself as a grown-up, so that's really tough to say. But you never stopped leaving the lights on so that I could find my way. Now, finding my way, I don't know what I'm going to find my way to yet. This is kind of the struggle of writing lyrics. But that's the line that is now framed in my head, and that is stuck there and is hopefully going to just stay there and sort of incubate into a bigger idea. But that would be where that fit into the chords was. And what I find my way to, so I'll sing it. So the melody might change, the rhythm might change, but this is kind of how it was playing out in my head. So You never stopped leaving the lights on so that I could find my way. So I don't know where it's going to go from there, but that's where we're at so far. And I'm not going to sit here and try and push through making more of it than I have in my head right now. I need to take what I've recorded, and I need to play it, and I need to just digest it a little bit more and think about it. So I'm going away on vacation. I might try and do a writing session that I'll record here this weekend, and that might be tough. But yeah, for now, that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. And more content to come. We'll be talking Friday. Cheers.